Okay, hi everyone, Mike Potenciano here, and we're going to be starting our TSD, that's time, speed, distance, Sampaguita Rally briefing for our newbies. And with us right now is my forever partner, Lindy. So say hi, Lindy. Say
Yeah,
hi.
hi
Oh, and worship
everyone. Hi
video. There
everyone.
you go.
Welcome.
Yep.
Welcome. Hope to
And
see
my
you guys.
inanak Ryan Dison is here. Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
Okay, that's Ryan. And then we have Kirsten also with us.
Hi, hello, everyone.
Okay. So there you have it. And now we're going to go and start our PowerPoint presentation. So guys, wait a minute. And we're going to start sharing the screen. Okay. Okay, guys. So do you see this?
Yep.
Okay. Sige. So now, welcome again to our Petron TSD Sampaguita Auto Rally. And this is, that TSD is short for time, speed, distance. And it's also called the Regularity Rally in other countries. Here, it's known as the Sampaguita Rally. So we combine both, no? Later, you'll know why it's Sampaguita Rally. TSD follows the on time, all the time rally format. So not getting lost along the route and also being on time are the keys to winning the event. No? So the objective is to travel a particular route with the distance indicated at a given average speed, and you compute for the ideal time. So mamaya you'll know that, you'll see that how it's done. So we'll give you one demerit for every second that you arrive early or late at the checkpoint. The entry with the lowest number of total demerits at the end of the event will be declared the winner. So checkpoints or time controls are either indicated, hidden or secret, closed or pass-through, or do-it-yourself type. So later on, we'll tell you the difference between all of those types. So trivia questions, challenges, picture taking are all included. So, and we'll have corresponding demerits if not successfully done. Unsafe driving practices and reckless driving will lead to severe penalties by the organizers. So the road book will only be given a few minutes before the start, usually about 10 minutes before the start. That's we will give you one hard copy only, and soft copies will be available for you to download and check on your gadgets, because this is now an open gadget rally. So it's different already from what we did before, Ryan, and it's much easier this time. So the awards will be overall, novice, family, masters, and team. 2 to 5 persons inside the car it is allowed, with 3 packs as the ideal number, driver, route, and time navigators, no? Accordingly. A team award will also be given if you have 2 to 3 cars that will form a team. The driver inside the car should have a valid driver's license. No? And the other members, they don't have to have a valid license as long as they do not drive. So registration fee will be 5,000 pesos per car. That's for the whole day. And corresponding fees will be paid with, you have to pay it with registration forms filled up and waivers signed if you're a minor. Okay. So here are the myths. So we have 10 myths that we would like to at least explode or taken out of your head. And the first one is we need a full race rally car. Okay, so this is entirely false. You don't need a full race rally car. You just need uh, an ordinary car, a road legal car that is comfortable, that is easy to drive, and the members inside will be happy, which is basically you have air conditioning and maybe a four-door car will be the best. No? So next, this is how our cars that participate, they're all the same. No? And that's the Kia Picanto. Those are the minis and SUVs. So general and these four has been our winning family team, and overall at that, because they have won all the 4 years that we've started the event since 2016 up to 2020. 2019, so 16, 17, 18, 19. And then 2020, we were already struck by the pandemic, so we had to stop until we started again last November. And that one was won by the another family, which is Raul Tuason and company. So myth 2, speed is important. So speed is not important. It takes a back seat of, you should not get lost and you should be on time all the time. Those are the two important factors to do. So since you have one demerit for every checkpoint, that you are either late or early, the crew should not get lost and or overspeed kasi like we said, we have different checkpoints. Some are hidden, some are not announced. So we will really try and catch you if you overspeed or get lost. Okay, so these are what you have. So later on, you'll see what all of that is all about. The top picture is your typical road book, and the bottom picture is the road book cover and the time card. Time card is like your passport, so that is very, very important to have. Okay, and this one is the checkpoint marker, so that's where you stop. Or later we'll explain the differences between the two. Okay, so welcome, Jeff. So Jeff is with us. So is this Jeff Soberon?
Yeah, hi Jeff.
Oh,
From
Jeff
Subic.
from Subic, our host host club.
Host City.
Host City. Yeah, and Jeff is going to represent them. Okay, pinatay pa ni Jeff yung kanyang ano. Yung,
Alam na
video.
ni Jeff yan.
Oo nga. Pero sana may bago nga siyang maimbita. We're trying to have the local car groups in Olongapo to join us. Okay, so myth 3. Local knowledge is the key. Okay, while this is an advantage, in reality, it doesn't matter because all the directions are indicated in the road book and you should know how to read it properly. Okay, so it means that even though we tell you, for example, we're running in Subic and we start that building 229 or where the big flagpole is or that chairman's office is located, and we tell you we're going to go to, for example, we go to Subic Yacht Club, which is just a few blocks away. You might waste it going to the endpoint, the Subic Yacht Club, but then that's not the route that we're going to follow. So you can't shortcut the course as there are unannounced checkpoints. Definitely, we will try to keep you on course by those checkpoints and the DIY challenges along the way, including the trivia questions. No? And most of the trivia questions are started with what's on X. Okay, later we'll tell you why we did those. Why we mentioned what's on X. Sorry. Anyway, so here are some pictures of where we went to. Like what I explained a while ago, we had a meeting with RMN, the Radio Mindanao Network. No, this is actually a good event for local tourism. Like this one, we went to Aguinaldo Shrine in Cavite. No, and our sponsor then and host was the governor. And the governor before was Boying Remulla. So Boying Remulla is now the Secretary of Justice. So he was our biggest supporter before, hosted the group, gave lunch, and we toured the whole province of Cavite. You know? So, and the nice thing about that, after we already know how to go in and out of Cavite in the different areas. If you want to go to Tagaytay, that's not the only way through Santa Rosa Road. There's a lot of other ways. Okay. So anyway, at the bottom, this is Lindy. What is this? Museum that we went to.
Yeah, somewhere in Kawit, right? Is that in Kawit or
I
something?
think Trece Martires. No?
Oh, Trece.
Trece
Oh, this is the
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 museum.
Berenguer museum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the De Los Reyes Berenguer Museum.
Yeah, in the Crisanto Belen Street, going up to Tagaytay.
Yeah, they have wow, quite a vast collection of airplanes, those little toys
Mga
and
picture.
cars and miniature, all miniature, and the history of Cavite as well.
Yeah. And basically the whole country in that,
Correct. Yeah.
great place. And we're very happy that we went
Mhm.
there. Taught a lot of people because the theme of this event then was our Independence Day. No? So yeah,
Yeah.
myth
So,
four.
mhm.
Okay, so myth four, we need expensive gadgets. Okay, that's a myth. That's not true because most electronic gadgets are now allowed inside the car, like cell phones, scientific calculators, GPS locators, or any other gadget that can communicate outside the car. This will include laptops, iPads, smartwatches. You can all have them there. Plus, the mobile apps are free, to download and will be a big help. We'll tell you what apps you should have in your cell phones. So there is also the old school, which is the speed distance tables that can be printed to help calculate for the time. Digital clocks are allowed and cheap to buy, especially in the Japan store. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So these are the apps that we will be needing, guys. Try to download it. It's first one is called the Rabbit Rally. If you don't know, must try to look for that. Later we can text it to you. This one in the center is the NASA Rally Sport, and this app is meant for the marshal. Okay, so this marshal, when you press this clock stage finish, this is what will come out. No, and this one is where you punch in when you get into a checkpoint, the capture finish time, and all of these times will reflect this. This is the running time based on the official time clock. And when you punch this, it comes out this time. And then they put the number, record it. So it's all recorded electronically. Okay. And here in the Rabbit Rally app, by the way, the first app, the good thing that you will see there is you have an odometer and you have a speed counter. So you don't have to rely on the odometer of the car because if you can see, the odometer of the car is only good up to 1 decimal level, while this odometer of the Rabbit app is good for 3 decimal places or the thousandths of a kilometer. So that's why it's really very accurate. And if you don't have a car that has a working speedometer, this is the best thing to have because this has a working speedometer too. Oh? Okay, so the other functions here at the bottom, that's not much needed because we're not using the app yet for our navigation. Soon we will use it for bikes, for motorbikes, and they can use this feature already. And the next one, the third app that you'll need is the speed distance time calculator. So this speed distance time calculator, again, it's free. The good thing there is, for example, if you put speed in this first column or first row, first column, you can enter the distance, enter the time, and your average speed will come out at this one. So this is in miles per hour, 60 kilometers. I tried it at, I entered 1 kilometer. I entered the time to get to 1 kilometer, 60 seconds. And yep, the average speed is correct at 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, so there it's a very good app to have. Okay, so and then if you go to the second column, which is distance, you enter the speed, you enter the time, and so for example, you get 10 kilometers per hour, or this one is miles. You enter the time, you do it in 1 minute. You can have that, and distance mo is 0.27 of a kilometer. So great, and then the time is also the same. So this is a very easy app that will help you in this event. Okay, so next one. Okay, myth 5. I can do it on my own. Sorry, you can do it if you're on a bike, but right now we require between 2 to 5 members inside the car. So this is for the cars. This is not yet for the bikes. The ideal crew will be 3 members, 1 driver, route, and 1 time navigator. Okay, so just finding your way with the road book is really so hard, and especially if you have to compute pa the perfect time. So just being, will you just be 2 people inside, Kirsten and Ryan? No other time navigator?
For now, we're still finding the third person.
Okay, sige. Sige. But actually, you can do it naman with 2. And
Yeah. Mhm.
most of the Manila sports car club guys will be running with 2 people only, no? Kasi they're doing this as practice already for Tour de Cebu, which they only allowed 2 people there. No? So don't worry, you can still do it as long as practice ka maigi. Okay, right. When we show you how to practice. Okay, so next. Okay, myth. So ito yung myth 5. Yan, again, those are the guys. Okay. Mukhang wala kang picture dito, Ryan. So those are the
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Typical 4-man team, 4 family team here, 4 members. 3 members here. Ito, barkada, buo. O, so si, ano nandyan, si James, and ano siya, James Tagles here. And dito, ayan, 4. So, very fun group. Okay, so myth 6. TSD run is slow. TSD run is slow and boring. Okay, the pace might be slow, but the mental stress is very high. You will need all the time to navigate and compute at a good pace. Okay? In TSD, all the people in the car will have to work together inside a very stressful and cramped car environment. If you and your special one survive this event, then you are truly meant for each other. I've seen many couples that don't talk and sit very far from each other after event. Just talk to Ryan and he knows who. Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Amen.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Amen. Talaga.
So next. Yan ang ating mga pictures on board and outside. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, is this Rosel? I don't know. And that's Henry, one of our chief marshals. And this is the
Yeah.
how it looks like in a checkpoint. Magulo. Talagang magulo. Okay? So, myth 7. The driver is the most important member. Okay? Nope. All the team members play a crucial role to make the team win. And however, in my opinion, it's the route navigator, then the timer, and then finally the driver is the according to importance. So computing the time required to get to a checkpoint is not easy, especially inside the moving car. It is also hard to find a good timer, and it's usually the job that no one wants to do. So good that Kirsten is going to just be a a driver. When we race in TSD events, I take on the timer role. Lindy is the route navigator, and our driver is one member of the mini club. So that's how I also beg off from driving duties, even though I want to be in the easier role. Okay. So yeah.
although I have I tried driving once though.
Oh yes. Oo nga
Diba?
pala. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And it
Was
was
it
quite an
in
experience. And
was
to
it
think
in a
Mike
mini?
Potenciano allowed me to drive, that's a
Oh.
miracle. My gosh.
Oh, no. Were we only two during that time?
No,
No.
I think we were three. We were three. I
Oo.
just took on the driver's seat. Yeah.
Oo nga. Oh, galing, 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 galing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are some of the views again of what we do. And now myth 8, no practice is required. Nako, that's a myth. Okay, like most people assume that TSD events are easy, so they don't usually practice. Nako, that is the biggest mistake. Okay, most people that compete are not professional TSD rally drivers, so any kind of practice and attending pre-event briefings like this will help you a lot. So we usually give at least one briefing before the event, and we provide a shakedown at the start of the season. So we had a shakedown last September, and we're very happy to say that the two winners the in the Tour de Cebu came from here. So this is a picture of those shakedown participants, and here's Tatik and Bim Simapa, husband and wife, and they won 7th overall. But the best was they were the clubman champion for Tour de Cebu. So it was the first time they entered that was October in Tour de Cebu. They entered the shakedown in September, and they won right away. And then this is Diggs and Des Di Magiba. So they
Mhm.
are also helping us a lot now. They also joined, but sad to say they weren't together. But it was Hirsch and Diggs that were Hirsch and Des.
And
Di
Des,
Mag-
yeah.
yeah, that were
Girls, yeah, it's an all girls team.
all girls team, and they won also the inaugural
Uh-huh.
all girls class for Tour de Cebu. So,
Right.
they were very happy that
Galing. Very competitive. Galing.
oo nga. And now si Diggs was partnered actually Dino, no?
With Dino, yeah.
Si Magala,
Si Magala. Dino si Magala.
and naku, they had I think if I'm not mistaken, nag-overheat yung kotse, no? So,
Oo, classic cars kasi.
oo nga, yep, classic cars. So hopefully we'll get all of these guys again, but right now sila Diggs pa lang ang nag-confirm from this group, no? Oo.
Yeah.
She's
It
not
is getting busier kasi, times times after, especially after the pandemic,
yeah,
things
oo.
starting up again, so it gets busy.
So this was the winner of the shakedown, the CAD team of Jeff De Leon, at saka yan
Mhm.
si Eggy Ong.
Yeah.
And the funny thing with this one, you can see that Eggy here was still the driver, di ba? And Jeff was the navigator, plus two more guys at the back, Anthony
Yeah.
and Miguel. And
Uh-huh.
since after this, they were always getting lost, no? So sinabi ni Eggy, okay, I think Jeff, I'm a better navigator because I know how many, when you say 100 meters, I know how far it is. And so
Yeah, you can gauge it.
so they exchanged position, which you can do. And yun, nanalo pa sila. They never got lost after Jeff just became the driver. Okay, and this is our class picture in the Petron Buendia. Mike and Lindy.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, funny.
Short. It was short, half a day.
Yeah, it was
But it was
supposed to be
good.
half a day, but it lasted the whole day because everyone got lost. Ay, nako.
Oo nga, no?
Talaga, it was just supposed to be 1/2 day. Anyway, so
Yeah.
myth 9, let's just follow the leader. So don't commit that mistake of following another car. Trust your teammate, okay, to lead you to the right way. Obviously, the blind leading the blind is very common in our TSD. So if you get lost, always try to work out where you got lost and trace the route from there. Dahil doon sa Rabbit app, you will teach you that you can actually go back to the route or the check action point where you know that is correct, and you can punch in again the correct readings odometer. So that's how good it is, no? Anyway, so always be confident that you can do it. Okay, so here's our briefing. That's our regrouping area. And those are the cars. Ito yung kay Diggs and Dino, si Magala. And this is yung kay Des and Hirsch, the old ladies team. Sayang, they didn't finish this shakedown, no? Nag-overheat daw, hindi yung kotse. Nag-overheat yung
It was
driver.
a hot day.
Oh, it was a hot day. So
Yeah.
wala aircon, syempre, ito wala, top down, ito wala rin. No? Kasi nga, they were all, but at least they knew how hard it was, and that gave them, the, to do better in Tour de Cebu. They all already knew how bad it would get. Okay, so myth 10, I'm not good enough. Yan, a lot of people have this in their minds, no? So when we started, we also had this in mind. With determination, practice, and perseverance, we were all capable to run consistently well, and we are now capable of tackling the TSD Sampaguita Rally. So all the members in the team should know their functions and prepare early for it. The success of the team depends on their great teamwork, patience, and good people skills. Okay, that means you all should work together. Okay, walang sisihan to keep the team running well. Okay, our TSD Sampaguita Rally will introduce you to the world of the fast and exciting stage rallying in the future. So tama-tama, Kirsten, this is the way to go. Okay, so those are our awarding pictures, and this was the start. We're happy that SAFC will again be with us. So they are our sponsors again, co-title sponsors. Plus they're fielding in 2 teams, no? For this event. Yun nga lang, wala sila ngayon dito, no? Okay. So hopefully those teams, and this was the andiyan pala si Andrea Tuason. Bio, siya pala yan. So this was the
Where?
lunch.
Oh, yeah. I remember this.
This was
was
the
in
lunch hosted
Mali-
by Governor Remulla, no? In I think this was in Kawit, no? Cavite.
Oh, Kawit. Yeah. That was in Kawit, the one down there. But up there was the one in Malito, I think.
Yes, so this is the in DB Cafe, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this was in BGC, no? Right.
Right.
We started in La Entrecote restaurant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So there you go. So before I start the technical portion, so are you all okay? Did you get to know all the myths? I hope all the myths are already broken, and you will be getting inspired to join us. So okay pa kayo, Ryan, Kirsten, and
Yeah.
welcome Jeff and Portia. Okay. Sige, so now we go to the technical portion. Eh, kita mo, mag-aalas 9 na. Dito pa lang tayo sa, kakatapos ng intro.
Oh, daming kwento eh.
Daming kwento nga. Okay.
But it's okay. That's a fun part.
Okay, so this is now generally how a road book looks like when we give it to you in hard copies and soft ones. Okay, the top part is all descriptions. You'll find you start, finish there. And like we said, remember to take a look at the finish point, no? Kasi if you are really lost and you are supposed to arrive the finish point at a certain time and you get hopelessly lost, okay, go towards the finish point already kasi we've done it in a way that we've divided the event into numerous stages. So if you have a bad stage, you can just go to the end point and you will be able to do do the rest of the rally and try not to get lost again. So here, start finish will be indicated. You'll have the total distance, okay? And here, pinahirapan kami ni George Ramirez, who's the organizer of the STV rally, auto rally like this one. Kita mo na one stage was almost 160 kilometers long. Okay? And then also take note of page number because some hard copies might not have the whole number of pages in the right order. So please tell us. Okay, then the distance, total part. So before we go there, one row below the description. So we will have is called an action point. Okay, so this whole row is called an action point. So in one page, we put 6 action points. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, so on down the line. So the first column down here is where you will see the total distance. Okay, and here in the second column, it's indicated as part, but us we call it the interval. Okay, so interval. So this means the total distance. This is where you let the odometer run all the way. So 0, 0, 0, 1. And before it was only 1 decimal place. And 3. But if you look at the interval part, the difference of this total to the previous one is what is indicated in the interval portion. So 0.3 minus 0.1 is 0.2. Okay, so that is how you get your interval. Intervals later are very important, and you will see what to do later on. Okay, the third column is what you call, some people call the pictograms or the direction in pictures or some codes na tawag dito internationally is called the tulips. Okay, and now bakit tulips? I really don't know, but because I think this was made in England, this kind of code, and they have that bulb, and this I think is like a flower. Oh, and why is it now called Sampaguita here? Because when our Filipino friends brought it over in the 1960s, they localized it, and instead of calling it the tulips, they call it the Sampaguita Rally. Sampaguita for our national flower. So that is a little trivia. Okay, and this is the way to interpret this picture is you always come from the round part of the picture, which is here. And the direction that you want to take is where the arrow is pointing. So in this case, you're coming out here, okay, coming out to the main road. This is actually from Harbor Point, no? And you take a hard left. Okay, so when you take a hard left, that is the direction that you will take. Okay, here naman, You're coming from here and you go up, you pass an intersection looking like this. And in the third action point, you go straight pa rin at the intersection, but now there's an X. Yan na yung sinasabi namin, what's on X? Okay, but in this case, it is given X is the cinemas in Subic. But I think wala na yung cinemas doon. I don't know. So next one, ganun rin. So always remember that the round ball at the bottom of the picture is where you are, right there, and this is where you're going to. Okay, and then here in the fourth column is the information or the description in words. Okay, and then the fifth column is where you will find the average speed. Okay, so 20, etc. Okay, but sa amin, if we put here a 20 and this is blank, it means that you are still running the second action point in 20. Okay, as long as there's no change of speed, we do not indicate it already on this column. Okay, and we put in a different column for the bonus times. Okay, yan yung bonus times. So it will be easier, but we wrote it down as plus, like this one, it's written down here in this column as plus 5 seconds. Okay, if I can, I'll look at, I'll just scroll up, and there, ito yung aming design na ngayon. Okay, and yung design namin, that's where your totals are. This is the intervals between each one. This is already your Sampaguita codes, and this is your your written notes, written description. And yan, kita mo na, what's on X. Okay, what's on X? There's a blank space and you write down the answer. But right now, we also give you an answer sheet. And then here is the speeds, different speeds. Kita mo, it's all indicated. Dito wala, because that takes the speed on the previous action point. And here are the plus. These are the bonus times, and later on you'll know when to apply. Pag blanco, walang bonus times yan. Okay? So hopefully that's understood. Okay. So ayan na pala. Umabante pa ako. So this is how basically our Sampaguita Rally Shakedown looks like. Yan. Yeah, and this is part of we can give you a shakedown in BGC so you can practice if you have time. And these are basically your total, your interval distances, and direction, your information, average speed, and notes. Okay, so any question? No question? Okay, so now you understand how a road book looks like. Okay, so next one is the route navigation. So if you're the route navigator, this is how you do it. Okay, first, you zero the trip meter. And it's in the information part where to zero your odometer, or here in the Rabbit app. Okay, so you zero it. Here, you reset the trip meter at the driveway exit. Then turn hard left onto Rizal Highway. Okay, so zero at the driveway exit. So first, you have to zero it so you know that where you're going is you will be able to get the correct distances. Okay, so second, look for the average speed. Here in the last column or in the second column, second to the last. Okay, and it says you have to run at 20. So that's 20 kph. And then here, you now look at the interval. So you travel 0.1 or 100 meters, 0.1 of a kilometer or 100 meters. And after traveling that distance, 20 at 0.1, you will come to this point. Okay, this second action point, and you will go on a straight on at the intersection. And then you do the same thing for all the others. Now, once you reach this one, you still travel at 20 for 200 meters or 0.2, and you reach this area, which is again straight on past the cinemas. Okay, so hopefully you understood that. This one, 30, travel 0.3, you will come at this area. Okay, I hope that's clear, guys. Any question? Mukhang lahat question. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think we'll have a better chance at really getting into the nitty-gritty of things when, during the face-to-face thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
At least
then
they have this also to
that's going
look
to be very short.
very short.
Because we really want to start on time. No? Hopefully this time.
Correct.
Yeah, magagalit yung mga ibang tao na naman if you don't start on time.
Yeah, it's just respect for other people's time.
Yeah. Okay, so next one is the time navigation, guys. And this is the next important thing because the first one is not getting lost. So if you read the road book right, this is the next thing that the navigator will have to is calculate the time. Okay, so calculating the time is not easy. So first one, you take note of the action point, the first action point, average speed, okay, which is 20. And next, this one, at the distance, take note again of the interval, okay. And third, you go to that speed distance table if you want. But now it's no longer, this is not the best way to do it. Because like we said, later on, it's better to apply the formula na ngayon, no? Or the speed distance time calculator. And then fourth, you add the bonus time of 5 seconds. Then you get a perfect time of 23 seconds. Okay, so let's plot it the manual way, okay, without the gadgets. So take note, 20. Okay, take note of the interval, 0.1. So you go here in the speed distance table, 20 is the kilometers here on top, speed in kph. This is the distance on the y-axis. This is your x-axis. And you travel at 0.1 of a distance. The intersection of 20 and 0.1 is 18 seconds. Okay? And then you add the bonus time of 5 seconds. Okay? And that is, you use it up here. Okay? So the perfect time to get here is 18 plus 5 or 23 seconds. So in 23 seconds, you are supposed to get here. Okay? And you have to do that again for all the action points. So let's say 20, travel 0.2. So 20, travel 0.2, 36 seconds. But there's a bonus time 15. So 36 plus 15 is 51. So you get here in 51 seconds. Okay. So hopefully it will give you all of these nga pala in a short while right after this, so you can have just give us your emails and we'll send this over to you, this presentation, and also what we have, shakedown route if you want to. So this is how a speed distance table looks like. You can make your own, but here you have the different speeds and the distances. And like I said, why this is not so important now, because we are more accurate than what the distance here is indicated. No, the distances here are only up to 1 decimal. Now we have up to 2 decimal places. No? So this is what we are now advocating. No? The formula, okay, which is time equals distance times 60 divided by speed. Okay, so if this is very foreign to you, I'm sure all of you passed algebra also. Excuse me. And you will see that your speed, okay, they're all, you can jumble them, and speed is your kilometers per hour. So ibig sabihin, speed is distance over hour is time. So speed equals d over t. And if you want to get time, you just transpose these values, you get time there, and distance is now multiplied by 60 because you want that to become average speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, and time will be given in later on in minutes. Okay, so here's an example of the calculation. In action point 1, so you start at 10 a.m. Action point 2, ideal time, point 1, like we said, that's the distance, multiplied by 60 and divided by 20, which is your average speed. So it comes to 0.3 of a minute. Okay, 0.3 of a minute, you multiply it by 60 to get 18 seconds. And then there's a +5 bonus time. So it's added on. So that's why you get 23 seconds. Okay. So you do it so on down the line. I know it sounds hard, but actually we will give you this tip. Okay. So it will be easy for Ryan and for other navigators out there. This is how you do it. Okay. First, you should have a stopwatch or a digital clock with a second display, okay, inside the car. Okay, why? Because you want that digital clock to be there in front of the driver and in front of you guys, so you know how you will be able to, if you're on time all the time. Okay, then next, make sure that you have synced your stopwatches and clocks with the official timer of the event. So it's useless if you have clocks with you that are not synced to the official time of the event. Usually, the official time is based on our GSM time. So what's on your mobile is already what we use. So you don't really have to sync it anymore because we are open to gadgets already in our Sampaguita Rally. Then you can use a calculator or the speed distance calculator app to get the target time at each action point. Yan, ito yung sinasabi ko. So you don't even have to memorize the formula. You just have to have the app on your cell phones. Okay? If you still have your scientific or programmable calculators, you can even use them inside the car. Okay, so familiarize yourself with the multiplication tables because definitely pati ako, minsan I have to, refresh myself when it comes to 8 times 7, 8 times
Oh my God.
8 times
If
8,
if
7
you
times
hate math, you can't be here.
So you have to memorize those things right away. Okay.
Wait, B, I just need to take a call. Give me a few minutes. I'll step out and then I'll come back to the
Okay,
meeting.
just try to mute yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So next one, timing tables. You can still do that, and it will give you a rough basis of where you are going. Okay, might not be accurate, but at least you know where, what time, roughly you should be there. Okay, that's how it looks like. We'll send that to you. You can print that. And then some more timing tips. Always advise the driver, navigator, always advise the driver if he needs to slow down or hasten the pace, okay? At according to the calculated time that you have. It is advisable, ito na, if you don't calculate, it is advisable to go 5 to 10 kilometers per hour higher than the average speed. Okay, so if the average speed is 10 or 20 kilometers per hour, try to go there at 30 kilometers per hour. Okay, this will help a lot. Huh? Then next one, okay, Advise the member who will check in at the time control, punch in at the right time. Okay? So, ngayon, the app, the check-in app or mobile phone will be presented. You don't have to go down. It's the marshals now that will come up to you and you can punch in right there. So try to practice before the event by making your own route or using our shakedown route and listing down the average speed for each action point. Okay. So time, speed, distance, time card. This is now in yellow. Okay. Please do not lose this, or the penalty might be a possible exclusion if we cannot find your times. No? And luckily, we have that NASA rally clock, which has a permanent record of all the time. So we don't really penalize you. We just penalize, or with exclusion, we just penalize you with time. Okay, so TSD time control marker. As you can see, we have a red one and a yellow one. So what's the difference aside from the colors? The red one, you have to stop. The yellow one, you just pass through. Okay? So ito yan, ang explanation. So the red ones are, you have in the road book, usually this is for the start and finish locations. And you will also find it in unannounced checkpoints, okay, in letter B, na TC red, okay, TC's time control. And this is where we try to catch the people, okay, if they're overspeeding or they're getting lost, no? And if you stop, if you see this red checkpoint marker, then you have to stop and then you check in on the proper timing app, okay? And there we will show you later how it's done. Okay, next, there's also the closed TC or yellow. Okay, that's the yellow checkpoint marker. And these are usually on the marshals along the route, doon sa mga action points, no? In unannounced too also. And you shouldn't stop. And why shouldn't, and you don't have to check in? Because usually it's in high traffic areas and we don't want you to stop. It's only like what you saw in the video, ang marshal na ang mag-check in para sa inyo. So you also have to look for the marshal and make sure that he notices you para he can check you on time. Okay, then we have the do-it-yourself checkpoints. These are predetermined along the areas. You take pictures or answer questions like what's on X along the way. So these are the different checkpoints. Announced, red, unannounced, na red, stop, closed, na yellow, at saka do-it-yourself checkpoints. Okay, hopefully you understood that. Okay, so checkpoint tips, the TSD. Okay, once you get to a time control checkpoint, turn your hazard lights on. So you show everyone that you're stopping. Punch in at the timing app of the marshal. Hand your time card to the marshal. He or she will write down the official time on your time card and you then sign it. Okay? And then the marshals pala will sign it, sorry. Okay? Doon sa time card. Dito naman, mag-exchange naman kayo ng marshal because yung participants kayo will be given the time control logbook that you will have to sign with your official time listed down there. So, merong kayong we have three ways of checking. One is through your time card na yellow. Another is the logbook of the marshals. And third is the app of the marshal. Okay? So we have a lot of triple checks that we can do so we get the right time. Okay, next one. To get your actual, once you come into a red checkpoint, your start time for the next time control will be, you have to add 1 minute from your actual finish time. Okay, this is how it looks like. So, for example, dumating ka sa TC2, your actual finish time that you punch in the app is 11:20. Okay, 31 or 11:20 a.m., 31 seconds. So, for TC3, when you go to the next stage, okay, or the next, within the stage lang, di pa finish yun. For TC3, ang start time nyo doon is you add 1 minute to your finish time. And ang start time nyo is 11:21:31. So, you finish at 11:20, yung start time nyo is 11:21. Okay? This is important because every second that you are early or late will be counted, will be given one demerit. And if you did not add 1 minute to your start time, you might be either early or late coming to a checkpoint. A lot of people forget adding this 1 minute, so very important that you know that you have to have that. Okay, so welcome Joey, my Prince Joey, to the briefing. Okay, so next one. In case there are a lot of cars that arrive at a certain time control, okay? The marshals well, all of you should line up. But then if you are already late, for example, or you got lost, okay, the one of the members of the crew should go down and ask the marshal to have him check in already. Okay? So, you just ask the people in front na pwede mauna na kayo because you are late. Okay? And usually they say, okay naman. No? And then, once you checked in already, you should leave the TC area. Once you get the time card and you have signed the marshal's logbook, because unnecessary waiting at the control point, you may lose valuable time going to the next TC. But anyway, you're given 1 minute to compose yourself. So it is highly recommended that you note down your computed perfect times if you compute them on the last page of each road book. Okay? Confirm your computations with the perfect times after the event when we do the awarding. So please park your car as close as possible to the right-hand side of the road so that you do not cause any hindrance. Okay, so usually all the checkpoints will be on the right-hand side of the road. Okay, we don't want you to cross the street or even the car bring it to the left side. Huh? So next one, there may be a regrouping area. Okay, there is actually regrouping areas. We'll mention that during the briefing on Sunday. And this is where we also collect the time cards. So, and if we do collect them, we'll give you a new set of time cards before you leave. So any car that misses the time control checkpoints, you will have 300 demerits, okay? Or equal to 5 minutes. So, because since there is no finish time, we do not know what time to give you. So, a maximum penalty is 5 minutes. So, again, this 5 minutes, guys, if ito yung sinasabi ko na, if you get lost and you think you are lost already by more than 5 minutes, okay? You try to trace yourself back to where you are. That's the number one goal, that you think you are correct. And then move on by punching in the right odometer reading on the app. No? Okay, and then missing a TC will also mean that there will be no start time for the next one. Kaya again, you will be penalized another 300. So therefore, we suggest that you go back and find the missing TC. At least you will only be penalized for only one TC. And then get the proper start time for the next TC so you can try to make it on time. Okay? So there you that is one of our experiences before. Now, when we raced in that STV Auto Rally, stage 1 pa lang, yung unannounced checkpoint. Okay? We missed it. And pagdating namin doon sa checkpoint, we asked the marshal, what's the checkpoint number here? And they said, we're checkpoint 2. So we didn't know where checkpoint was. So anong nangyari? We have to go back and we have to look for checkpoint 1. And just because that checkpoint 1, we we had to go back even though 30 minutes kami na late, no? Pag check-in namin, we knew already where checkpoint number 2 was. So, yung amin lateness lang, yung 30 minutes na yun, hindi 30 minutes, ang ipe-penalize lang sa amin was 5 minutes. So, dahil 5 minutes lang yun, no? And then we knew where checkpoint 2 was. We went there. We were we were on time, 0 demerits, and yon, nakahabol kami ng kaunti. Okay? So very important that you do this thing. When you miss one, you try to go kaagad. Okay? Look for it pa. Huh? Okay, so next one. TSD rally finish. So the finish of the rally will be indicated at the final action point of the road book. There will be a TC checkpoint at the end, and the time cards, trivia questionnaires, etc. will be collected at this point. The organizers will announce where the awarding ceremonies will be, and all are expected to attend the awarding ceremonies. Usually it's 1 week after. No? Any inquiries or protests will have to be submitted in written form and will be acted upon by the organizers. Okay? Official results and press releases will be given to all participants after the event, including notices where the event will be seen in various media promotions. And I think the biggest plus of this one is when, you know, we have this sponsored by TOOH. That's one of the owners of the big, the big LED billboards along EDSA, and that is generally we will show the winners. We will show of the event winners there. So it's a proud moment to be right there on top or on that billboard. Okay, so here's some more general tips. First rule of TSD rallying is to stay on course. If you stay on course, you can find the finish. If you can find the finish, you can find the post-rally party. The second rule of TSD rallying is to stay on time. If you stay on time, you can win the rally or at least place high enough to give you bragging rights at the post-rally party. So run the rally, have fun, and good luck. We'll see you at the party. However, if you want to run a good TSD rally in the way it is intended to be, please read the rules and Godspeed to all. Okay, so that is our presentation. Napakahaba, no? But hopefully you all got something out of it. Huh? So now the floor is now open for questions. If you want to ask them, please do so. And we will still have another briefing, like I said, on Wednesday naman, and it won't be geared for the novices. It will now be geared for the general participants. So we'll just highlight all the things that they have to know, like what time you have to be at Subic, because we're all meeting at Subic. We're not starting here in Metro Manila, and then we will be flagged off by none other than the chairman of SBMA, Ronan Paulino, who was also our clerk of course in racing back in those Subic days when we started in 1994 up to the last race in 2013. Yeah. So ayun ang mga sayang, gandang karera all the way. Okay, so questions? Walang question? Ryan, how about Kirsten? Any question?
None from my end, Sir Mike. All
Okay,
clear.
good. So anyway, we'll send you this presentation for you to to review, and we'll post this video, this recording, so everyone will ayan, nawawala daw yung audio ni Ryan. Okay, Ryan, and wala ka na rin altogether. Ayan, yun. So it's Joey, okay, it's Prims, he's good, and if you want to know any other thing, just message me, and if there's none, we'll just see you again. Hopefully, yun, you're back, Ryan. Yes. Alam mo,
Hello, sorry, nawala audio ko.
oo nga.
I'm back.
Oh, and you know who was calling me a while ago in
My
between?
dad, siguro.
Yes, your dad. Oo nga, sasabi. Kaya nga, just tell him na lang we're still on board. I'll call him later after this.
Sige.
Okay, so anything else, Barry, Jeff? No? Anything that you want
Hi,
to?
Mike.
Yes.
When is this Sampaguita Rally? When is it?
This will be on the 19th. Sa Sunday na. So hopefully you can still join, Barry. At kailangan natin na sana maano. But anyway, if you missed this briefing, I will post it sa YouTube and put it sa link, no? So Barry, if you want to join us in the group chat, that's where we have all the announcement. Just message me, PM me, sa Messenger.
Okay, Mike.
Okay, sige, Barry.
I'll be mute. Thank you.
Okay. And how about you,
Bye-bye.
Jeff? Okay. So looks like, yep. So there. And Barry, are you did we meet already?
Yeah, last Sunday in the Mazda MX-5 monthly membership meeting.
Yata Club. Ikaw ba yun, Barry? Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Okay, good, Barry. Sige. So, hopefully, Barry, may Facebook ka ba? May Messenger?
Yes.
Okay, sige. I'll please send me a PM and I'll send you the link. And hopefully, okay to include you in the group.
Yeah.
Sige.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Barry. And
Bye-bye.
nice
Hope
meeting
to see you soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sana you can join us.
Yeah, I'll try to join.
And then meron pa, Barry, sa sa Wednesday ulit sa yan naman participants yung briefing.
Yeah, I'll join that again.
Okay, online 8 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Sige. So
Okay,
guys,
good night.
yep. Okay, good night.
Yeah.
So since there's no more let's invite iba. Okay, pwede nang you can pero if you want to talk, Joey, Prims, we're still here. I'll stop this recording first. And again, thank you everyone.